What up, my geeks? Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine, and today we are going to be reviewing the Comica CVM-AX1 audio mixer for your cameras, for your, if you just want a smaller footprint when it comes to doing your audio, because you don't need big mixers, you just need something small and you want to split off a couple lavs, a couple microphones, or whatever. Jeffrey Powers from Geekazine, Think Magazine, Put in a Geek. You can find me here. They're passing by right now. And definitely go ahead, go to YouTube, like, subscribe, and comment, hit the bell notification for the next video. And I appreciate that. So this is it right here. This is the Comica. Not Comic-Con, but I think it's Comica. It might be Comica, but Comica, however you pronounce it. It is the AX1, CVM AX1. It's part of their big group of products. We'll go over to their page on Amazon. By the way, this is a product that I did get for review. It's under $100 product. It doesn't sway anything. All opinions are of Geekazine. Go over to geekazine.com/review to find out more. So yeah, like I said, it's part of their bigger page of different products by Comica, from wireless mics to lav mics to systems for your smartphone and a lot more. So maybe we will be doing some more Comica reviews coming on, because they have a lot of cool shotgun products, shotgun video audio products, lavs, and you can hook up to your GoPro, you can hook up to your smartphone, whatever. So anyway, but this is the CVM AX1. It is an audio mixer. Let's go over to that page really quick, and you can see that a little up close and personal. Looks like they have two models there, the $60 model and the $129 model. And it looks like, yeah, the $129 model is definitely more for what you need for video. If you're hooking up microphones, this is perfect for that. But we're looking at this one right here, and this is just for the basics, putting on a shotgun microphone, putting on lav microphones, and that. So let me show you what I had in the arsenal for this one. I have right here, I just had a straight up lav microphone, corded lav microphone, and then I had my wireless Sony microphone body pack, which I used, and then of course I used my Rode, and I used it in multiple settings: the +20, the 0, the -10, with and without the low cut on and off. So these are what I use. But let's take a look at the Comica really quick. Let's kind of zoom this over here. Did it? Oops, wrong way. And like that. Sorry about that. So there we go. We've got, this is the Comica. What we've got here, and this is everything minus the stand. This is everything that you get, and that is the box. And you get there is actually a shoe mount, which it's right here. So basically this little shoe mount right here, and then of course the device, and then this cord to connect up. It is a 2-pull cord, which means it will not, you can't hook it up to your iPhone or your Android phone or whatever. It hooks up to a camera, but I bet you could probably get an adapter if you wanted to use this for your smartphone. But there are smartphone versions of audio mixers, so you might want to use those instead of purchase this. But anyway, so we have the battery case right here, which is really interesting because kind of need a coin to kind of get the, oh, maybe I did. Okay, 2 AA batteries right in there, snaps in. We've got the left volume and the right volume. Now this has an interesting play I'll talk about in a minute, and it doesn't. We'll talk about it in a minute. So we've got, if you want to record, if you want to send in mono or you want to send in stereo, we've got the power on and off, of course. As you can see, green light means, hey, it's good to go. Red light means you might want to change your batteries. The output right there, headphones right there, so you can hear what you're doing. You have shoe slots, so you can put in your microphone or your shotgun or whatever. On the back here, we have switches, and this one I was using wireless, so I did not have the 3 volt here. This is only 3 volt. Which means if you have a microphone that requires 48 volt, it's not it's not going to do that. So you can switch between line mic and 3-volt boost, and usually 3-volt boost is something for something like this type of lav, not the Sony, which is why I have this on microphone and this one on 3-volt, because I had the regular lav in this one and the Sony in this one, and then of course I had the Rode in the middle or in stereo. So now let's go to the front here. Let's talk about these volume controls, because it's very important. It doesn't, you might think that this will control the left side, this will control the right side, and then nothing controls the center. Got to remember that that shotgun microphone is attached to both of these. So if both of these are down to nothing, nothing gets through. Simple as that. You bring this up, and then that brings up the, well, what we call the left, or what would be in your left area, depending on if you have this as mono and stereo, and of course the right volume right there. And of course there's no monitors, there's no little LCDs or anything like that on here. So you basically have to record and make sure that you know, check with the headphones and make sure you're hearing something, you're not hearing weird noises or anything like that, and you should be good to go and go from there. Now I'm going to show you I had these on separates because I wanted to kind of do this a little bit different, because I wanted to split this from the camera if I needed to hook it up to the camera. So basically it just plugs in. If you have to have a camera with a microphone port in it, so but basically hooks up right to the camera. And of course you can mount it on top of the shoe if it's got a standard shoe to it. I got the camera I'm running from, the Sony over there, that actually has a small shoe, so this wouldn't work. I'd have to get an adapter for that, but you know, you can get adapters for it. So you just basically fit it on there and then go from here. This adds a little bit of weight to the overall pack, so and it's kind of considerable. You really notice it. But if you put it onto, I don't have my my bigger rig here, you can definitely do that and monitor. I could also see myself using this if I am doing some live streaming and I don't want to bring anything big, and you know, I'm running on my 50-pound limit, and I gotta just completely condense, and I'm only doing one-on-one interviews, and this might be perfect for that. But I haven't tested it for that. I've only tested it in the situation of doing vlogs, one-on-one interviews in front of a camera like this. And in fact, I'm going to show you that right now. I'm going to turn down the volume, and we're going to, it's about 1 minute 40 seconds, not an hour, 1 minute 40 seconds. And this is unprocessed, which means that it's going to sound low at the beginning until I turn on the Rode, and then you're going to start hearing a little bit more sound. But I want you to hear the actual sound, so you might have to turn up your speakers up and down a little bit so you can hear it. And hopefully the processing of YouTube won't affect this too much. So here is that audio. All right, for this test, we got the 3 microphones. We've got the 2 lapel microphones, and the idea is speaker 1, speaker 2, and then of course we've got the Rode, which will give us some sort of ambiance. And I don't have that set to the, well, let's set that to that. We're going to boost it. So now this is boosted, so it pushes, so we'll get a full ambiance. But we're turning down the lav microphone, the wireless microphone, and now we're turning down. This will turn down both the microphones. There is nothing for the Rode. The Rode it basically is slave to either the left or the right being on. Now we'll be back to this one over here, so you'll hear it on one ear. And now we're going to bring this back for a full binaural effect. So if I go, you get you get the idea. So and of course, let's turn this off. It's not here, so we should have a little bit more of a binaural effect. You get the idea. We'll turn this back on. And that is this test. Remember, this is an unprocessed test. I didn't put anything other, you know, no post-processing on this, no amplification, no limiting, no EQ, no nothing. This is what you hear from if you go from the Comica to a Canon M5. So this is how I have it set up. I have the Rode plugged in. Let's switch back over. I have the Rode plugged into the center one right here, and then of course the wired lav was on here, which I have the 3-volt turned on, and then of course the wireless goes on here. We have this just on mic. So overall, the quality of this device was pretty decent. I didn't have any problems switching over between the mics, and everything came out perfectly. When I was doing quick interviews, trying to get farther away from the microphone, closer to the microphone, turning the shotgun away, because what I could do is I could have myself mic'd, and then I could have somebody that I'm interviewing be on this side of the camera over here, and so I can ask them questions, and then you can hear me and you can hear the other person without them having to have a microphone on, which is pretty cool as well. So lots of different options here. It worked perfect on this Canon M5. Of course, your camera may vary just a little bit depending on how the inputs are set up. It runs on two AAA batteries, excuse me. So have those handy, because I don't know the battery life on this thing just yet. I have not hit that max. Usually they run a few hours. So if you're doing an all-day shoot, just make sure you have extra AAA batteries. Also make sure you have a set of headphones so you can hear what's going on before you go recording, unless your camera has some sort of audio meter to it that you can watch from there. Other things, let's take a look back at the page here on this. As you can see, it points out the stereo input jack, the AAA batteries, and it's got a couple wireless mics, and of course you can get all the stuff on from Comica. They have shotguns, they have wireless. I have not tested them, so I'm not going to endorse them by any means. But if you need something a little bit more, because sometimes you might need some XLR microphones, they also have a larger version, which I'd love to take a look at in the future. But right now, this is the CVM-AX1 that we're taking a look at. And let me know if you've got the CVM-AX1 and what you think about it, what you've used on it. Tell me the videos that you've recorded using that. In a nice setting like this, it's perfect if you want to add to your in-home studio with a boom microphone and a lav mic, because that's how they do it in production. They have a boom hanging right here, and then they have a person laved up most of the time so they can get all the sound. So let me know what you think, and of course go ahead and you can find me over on Geekazine, Think Magazine, put in a geek. You can also find me on YouTube. Go ahead, like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell for notification of the next video. We're also on twitch.tv/Geekazine. Go ahead and subscribe there, and all the other places. So thanks a lot for watching. This has been the review of the Comica CVM-AX1 audio mixer. And of course, I'll have the link in the show notes so you can go get it. And until next time, you guys geek out. Take care.